grown up in this area, you're one of the few guys on this team who truly understands the Pitt-West Virginia rivalry. How does it feel knowing that you will forever have your legacy, your name attached to this rivalry?
I honestly, all summer I've been thinking about, like, I watched Darrell's punt return, and like I was like, man, how crazy would it be? I told Eli, I live with Eli, and I was like, if I could run up the same sideline, do the same spin move, score a touchdown, like, it's crazy play. And then as the game was going on, I was like, okay, I'm not back there, it's fine. But, like, I have to find some way. I'm competitive, so, like, I kind of just want to, like, do what those guys did, and I think I did something, like, similar to what he did. So it was amazing.
At what point did you know you were going to score?
I got past the receiver, thanks to Golly, and then I seen Brandon, B. Hill, and Voss. My guys, I appreciate them so much for so much things, but I seen them telling me to come back, and I have a little vision being a former punt returner, so I seen the crease, and I knew I just had to run as fast as I could, and I seen the student section, it was crazy.
MJ, you told us how you often ride with your dad after the game. What you looking forward to talking to him tonight?
I beat him to it. I seen him on the field, and I was like, well, I almost blew the game with a slant, but he was happy, so I don't know if he has anything to say about play 47 this time, but we'll figure it out tomorrow, hopefully.
MJ, when you came back to Pitt, was this kind of maybe like a moment like this, something that you had in mind that was possible for you, that isn't possible when you're not playing in your hometown?
100%. This is why I came back to Pitt, to do things in this type of game. This is the greatest rivalry in college football, and I just did something crazy for years. I get to tell my kids. My nephew got to watch. That was one of my greatest. My nephew is probably young. He's 3. He got to watch me for the first time, so that was amazing.
MJ, is that the best atmosphere you've ever played in?
Ever, yeah. I was definitely the best atmosphere I ever played in. That was shout out to the fans for coming out. We appreciate them. Hopefully they'll be back next Saturday.
MJ, how do you deal with the change of emotions? Could you take us on the sideline of up and down and back and forth?
I hate getting my helmet smacked, so I was trying to avoid as many people as possible that no smack your helmet. But it was crazy how many people come up to you and just seeing how many guys were so happy and seeing the crowd. When I turned around from the student section and seen the crowd, the sideline, I didn't know what to do. I just knew, like, don't get a penalty, because I couldn't show, like, how excited I truly was. But it was amazing seeing the sideline in a frenzy like that.
You did the interception in the game-clinching interception last year against North Carolina. You know, does this one kind of overtake that one as far as memorability? And, you know, how does it feel to have 2 of those really memorable plays in recent history?
Man, it's something about Thursday night games for me. We need to play on Thursday every week, but it was amazing. Yeah, I definitely topped that one. I actually didn't really think my play last year was as crazy until people said it, but this one I knew as soon as I seen the end zone how crazy this play was. I just knew I couldn't fumble before I crossed the goal line.
What's it take to make a clutch play like that?
You just gotta let it happen. I always tell myself, don't force it. I've finally gotten comfortable in the system, and AJ Quez, I don't have to force it. They tell me just to be me, and we all play like off each other. And when one of us has to be picked up, we all find a way to get it done. Blue vase it.
MJ, when you guys gave up, it was 31-24. Your offense goes to the field to score, but when they're driving, what are you guys talking about on the sideline as a defense? With you've given up a lot of points, but you knew you had to make a big play, and then you guys come out and make that big play.
I came to the sideline. I told them we gotta stand up. We gotta sit down and we come in, and we just gotta make a stop. And one play at a time, somebody gotta make a big play. Coach Wanstead said it. Somebody is always gonna be legendary, and it could be you. And when he said that on Thursday, I was like, why not me? And I just was excited, hoping it could be me.
How much inspiration were you able to draw from Coach Wanstead or LaShawn McCoy being back on campus recently? How much were you able to draw from those guys just talking to the team?
Everything. I grew up watching him coaching Jonathan, him coaching Darrell. I grew up seeing that. So just him coming back and giving us one of the best speeches I've ever heard in my life, it had me. I was ready to go from that moment on. And Hugh Green last night, I've been ready for a couple of days now, but from a lot of people talking to us.
See on the actual play, I think the ball, did it bounce off of the receiver's hands?
Yeah, I came up expecting to make a tackle, and I was like, oh, let's try to strip him, and he dropped it, And I was like, oh, I get to catch it. Because the play before that, he caught a tip pass. He jumped up and high pointed, and I thought that was mine. I didn't get there. And then I was like, I'm gonna get one. It's coming. Just be patient. And when he tipped that was it was like slow motion. It fell into my hands. I made a miss, and the rest was history.
You saw two more. You saw quite a bit of Ford Wheaton tonight. What made him so difficult or maybe challenging to guard?
Big body receiver. He knows how to use his body. He's physical. He likes the aggression. He embraces aggression and physicality, and that was something I brought into my game this year, trying to be more physical. And it was just a battle. It was two heavyweights fighting. I like to consider myself a heavyweight now. So.
You already petitioned to be the punt returner next week?
No, I haven't. I think Konate does a great job at his job, and the rest of those guys. So maybe if I get a chance, hopefully. But we gotta let Tay rock out for a little bit.